have been living between the UK and Jamaica for over 4 years now. This is how I got my citizenship, passport, TRN and bank account as a British citizen. So I wasn't born in Jamaica, I was born in England, and both of my parents weren't Jamaican, they were both born in England, but all 4 of my grandparents were born in Jamaica, so I was doing it through my maternal grandfather, which is my mum's dad. So basically, I got my birth certificate, I ordered a copy online. I got my mum's online, same thing, and then I got all of that stuff when I was in England, obviously. And then when I went to Jamaica, this is 2021, when I went over there, I needed my granddad's birth certificate. Obviously, I don't have that. He passed away in like the 80s. For Jamaican babies, when you register a birth, yeah, most of it is going to be online up to a certain point. I think it's like 1935 or something like that. So most of them are online, not all of them, because some records, you know, got destroyed. And sometimes people didn't obviously register the baby, they didn't do any of that. But not all of them are going to be online, but like a good amount are online. So when you get a birth certificate off of RGD, yeah, you need a thing called a birth entry number, which is like a unique identifying number that you're supposed to put in to the form when you're requesting a birth certificate. So it asks for like the name, parish and everything like that, like the mum's maiden name and that, and it asks for the birth entry number. If you don't have it, which is found on the records online, like, or it's on the birth registration document thing, which obviously, like I said, you can find online up to a certain year. But if you don't have that, you can pay RGD like extra to, like, I don't know, find it. I was living in St. Mary at the time when I first moved to Jamaica, so I requested it to go to St. Anne's Bay, the RGD in St. Anne's Bay, and I waited like a couple of weeks. When I got that birth certificate, I then went to pick her, so I got all my documents, all the certificates, my British passport, the application, so that I needed the things to be notarized and also signed by a JP. I can't remember which one. I don't know if it was the pictures need to be notarized or the application, which one needs to be signed by a JP, but I got both of them. My family knew a JP in St. Mary. He signed my stuff, I think my application form. And then I just found a notary public in Ochi. She did it for me. She's really, really nice, but obviously I had to pay her for that. When I got all that stuff, I went to RGD with everything, and I paid for Express, but it wasn't Express. It was just a standard time, so they literally swindled me out on that money, but it's fine. So then I had to wait like 6-7 weeks to get the document. I don't have it with me to show you lot. I left it in Jamaica. Obviously, I'm in the UK right now. I don't know why I left it there, but I don't have it with me. So I got my citizenship, and then it's just like the certificate, and it says like you were like a citizen of Jamaica or something like that. When I picked it up, they told me that you have to do your passport now, which I ignored for like 3 years because I couldn't be bothered. Processes are so long in Jamaica, things take so long in Jamaica, I just couldn't be bothered. So I just didn't do it, and I didn't really need it. Do you know what I mean? Because if I'm going back to England, immigration never asked me a question. I don't even ever see any staff when you're going through like Gatwick or Heathrow. It's all like self-service. But when I'm flying from like London, yeah, they ask to see that I'm a Jamaican citizen, so I just show them the certificate. Obviously, it's easier if I just have the passport, but I just couldn't be bothered. But when I'm going through Jamaica as well now, they always say you need to get your passport, but I just couldn't be bothered, to tell you the truth. So last year, November, it was October, but I got it in November. I just said to myself, I'm going to do it, but it was so long. I needed new pictures, which is fine, and then I had to get a JP. So like downtown, like by the tax office, there's like all these people sitting outside, like JPs waiting to sign their stuff. So like I went up to one of them and I paid him like $5 grand, and he signed my pictures. And then it was just long doing it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously it's going to be long. And then it only took 2 weeks though to get the passport, but just the whole process of going up there, because I was in Kingston at this time, living in Kingston, and I went to Constance Spring, Picker. It was just long, but I did it in the end, and I got my passport. TRN, I did that ages ago, and I honestly don't remember how I did that. I think I did it online. I don't remember, but I had it emailed to me, like the letter and that, but I never picked it up. I requested to go to Crossroads. Every time I drive past Crossroads tax office here, there's such a queue, and I just think I just don't enjoy that. But then one day I thought I'm just gonna go and do it. Do you know what I mean? And it took like 10 minutes, so I should have done it ages ago. Bank account now, that was a nightmare as well. So I went up to Knutsford Boulevard, the JMMB there. I thought it was going to be easy breezy. Yeah, it wasn't. So I didn't have my passport at this time. But for years, yeah, I was in Jamaica. I didn't use, obviously I used my UK bank account. And I don't think I actually needed one. All this stuff I don't actually need, but you just do it. It's like formality. But I thought, let me get a bank account. So JMMB, yeah, the girl was really nice to me. But like, I didn't have my passport, so they classed me as a British citizen, even though like she needed to see my citizenship document. I just feel like they just want as many things as possible, because I showed her a picture of my citizenship document, yeah, and then she was like, oh, you got to bring it in. Why? If I'm being classed as a British citizen, like, you know what I mean? Obviously I'm a British citizen, but I mean in terms of this bank account, I'm an overseas account holder. Why do you need to be so extra that you need that? I just feel like they just wanted all these things for no reason. It's not necessary, just so extra. And then because they classed me as like a overseas account holder or whatever, yeah, they said I need to transfer money in from my bank account. And I was thinking, okay, but it wasn't even working, because it asked for like the routing number and all this stuff, but it just wasn't working at all. Like it wasn't working. And plus, yeah, I think she asked me to send like £30, but it was costing me like 40 quid to actually transfer it. But I was still like willing to do it. Like, I was still trying to do it, but it just wasn't actually working. And then I just thought, I said to the girl, yeah, why can't I just pay in cash the money we need to like activate the account, like the initial deposit? And she was like, oh, because you're like an overseas account holder. And I was like, suppose I didn't have a bank account, what would you do? She said, oh, you just do it cash. And I said, why can't I just do it? She said, oh, because like we obviously know you have a bank account in England. And I was really trying, but it wasn't working. I thought, if something is really this difficult, it's something I shouldn't do. Do you know what I mean? So I just left it. I didn't do it. I just left it alone, yeah. And I went up to Sovereign, the Victoria Mutual and Sovereign. And then the lady did it in like 15 minutes. And she gave me like the debit card, like the same time. All I needed to do was put in $2,000 cash. Like it was fine. Even on my passport, I don't know why they still class me as like Jamaican, or I don't even know why they didn't even care about that, to be honest, but I guess they didn't care. But I never actually used, like I did use it, but not like a whole lot. It would only be if I got money in dollars, I would like, or if I transfer money. I don't know, but I hardly used it. Like I used it, but only if someone sent me money to my Jamaican bank account, like, or if money was sent to my Jamaican bank account. That's the only way I would use it. But so yeah, it was kind of like, but I'm glad that I did it, but it's like I had to use it. That's how I got everything. If I do anything differently, I'll probably just do it all sooner. But it doesn't really make a difference at all, because I haven't even used my passport yet, because I came back and I didn't need to use it. But obviously when it's more, I think the things are not necessary, but they are helpful. Like having these things kind of solidifies your life in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Even though I don't really use them, but like obviously I would need them sometime. You know what I mean? I'm going to need them sometimes, but they're not absolutely necessary. But it just solidifies you living in Jamaica.